Natural disaster movies have been thrilling audiences for decades with their jaw-dropping depictions of nature's fury. In this Motion Sugar video, we're counting down the 15 best natural disaster movies that are not only visually spectacular, but also deliver compelling stories and characters. The Wave, 2015. Kicking off our list is the Norwegian thriller The Wave. Set in the stunning fjords of Norway, the film follows a geologist who realizes that a massive rock slide is about to trigger a devastating tsunami. With only 10 minutes to evacuate the town, The Wave delivers a pulse-pounding race against time as the characters desperately try to escape the impending deluge. The Impossible, 2012. The Impossible recounts the harrowing true story of a family caught in the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Featuring gripping performances from Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor, the film pulls no punches in depicting the sheer devastation wrought by the tsunami. But amidst the carnage, The Impossible also celebrates the incredible resilience of the human spirit as the family fights to reunite against all odds. Director J.A. Bayona stages the tsunami sequence with terrifying realism, immersing you in the chaos and confusion. Twister, 1996. Twister is the quintessential 90s disaster blockbuster, starring Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt as storm chasers pursuing the storm of the century. Twister barrels across the screen with the force of an F5. While the plot is admittedly thin, the film more than makes up for it with spectacular tornado sequences that still hold up today. From the iconic scene of a twister ripping through a drive-in movie theater to the climactic showdown with the monstrous F5, Twister is a thrill ride from start to finish. The Perfect Storm, 2000. Based on the true story of the Andrea Gale fishing boat, The Perfect Storm chronicles the ill-fated vessel's encounter with the storm of the century. George Clooney leads an all-star cast as the crew battles 100-foot waves and hurricane-force winds. Director Wolfgang Petersen crafts a gripping and intense tale of man versus nature. The special effects, a combination of practical and CGI work, still hold up today, conveying the awesome power of the sea. Dante's Peak, 1997. Dante's Peak is a criminally underrated entry in the natural disaster genre. Starring Pierce Brosnan as a volcanologist investigating seismic activity in a small Pacific Northwest town, the film delivers a slow burn buildup before erupting in a bravura final act. Linda Hamilton co-stars as the mayor who must convince the town to evacuate before it's too late. The pyroclastic cloud sequence is a standout, a masterclass in sustained tension. The Day After Tomorrow, 2004. Roland Emmerich, the master of disaster, outdoes himself with The Day After Tomorrow. The film imagines a world plunged into a new ice age after climate change triggers a series of catastrophic weather events. From tornadoes ripping through Los Angeles to a massive tidal wave flooding New York City, The Day After Tomorrow is a visual effects bonanza. But it's also a surprisingly poignant film, with Dennis Quaid's climatologist racing against time to save his son, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. The Day After Tomorrow may take some liberties with science, but it's an undeniably thrilling ride. Contagion, 2011. This may not be a natural disaster in the traditional sense, but Contagion is too brilliant to leave off this list. Directed by Steven Soderbergh, the film tracks the global spread of a deadly virus and the race to contain it. With an all-star ensemble cast including Matt Damon, Kate Winslet, and Jude Law, Contagion is a chillingly plausible thriller. Soderbergh's clinical, almost documentary-like approach makes the horror feel all too real, as society begins to break down in the face of an invisible threat. San Andreas, 2015. San Andreas imagines the big one finally hitting California, with a massive earthquake turning the state into a disaster zone. Dwayne Johnson stars as a helicopter rescue pilot racing to save his estranged wife and daughter amidst the chaos. San Andreas is a big, loud, and unapologetically cheesy disaster epic that knows exactly what it is. The Rock is in full hero mode here, whether he's parachuting into a crumbling San Francisco or battling a tsunami in a boat. The destruction is jaw-dropping, with downtown LA and the Hoover Dam meeting spectacularly CGI-enhanced fates. San Andreas is pure popcorn entertainment, a throwback to the glory days of Irwin Allen disaster epics. Titanic, 1997. James Cameron's Titanic is the ultimate disaster romance. The film interweaves the fictional love story of Jack and Rose with the real-life tragedy of the Titanic sinking. Cameron's attention to detail is staggering, with meticulous recreations of the ship's interiors and a you-are-there immediacy to the sinking sequences. But it's the central romance that makes Titanic so emotionally resonant, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet's doomed lovers becoming instant cultural icons. The final hour of Titanic is a masterclass in escalating tension and spectacle as the ship goes down in real time. The Poseidon Adventure, 1972. The Poseidon Adventure is the granddaddy of natural disaster movies, the film that launched a wave of 70s disaster epics. When a massive tidal wave capsizes a luxury liner, a group of survivors must make their way up to the bottom of the ship to escape. The Poseidon Adventure is a masterclass in disaster movie storytelling, with director Ronald Neame expertly balancing character moments with jaw-dropping set pieces. The film's upside-down sets are a marvel of production design, with the characters navigating a labyrinthine world where up is down and down is up. Only the Brave, 2017. Based on the true story of the Granite Mountain hotshots, Only the Brave is a powerful and moving tribute to real-life heroes. The film follows the elite firefighting team as they battle wildfires across Arizona, focusing on the bond between the men and their personal struggles. Josh Brolin delivers a commanding performance as the crew's leader, Eric Marsh, while Miles Teller shines as the troubled new recruit, Brendan McDonough. Director Joseph Kosinski stages the firefighting sequences with visceral intensity, putting you right in the heart of the inferno. Deep Impact, 1998. Deep Impact imagines a scenario where a comet is on a collision course with Earth, threatening to wipe out all life on the planet. The film follows multiple storylines, from the astronauts sent to destroy the comet to the ordinary people preparing for the end of the world. Director Mimi Leder crafts a gripping and emotionally resonant disaster epic. The special effects are impressive, especially the climactic tidal wave sequence. Force Majeure, 2014. Force Majeure is a sly and provocative exploration of relationships set against the backdrop of a disaster. The film follows a Swedish family on a ski vacation in the French Alps. When a controlled avalanche threatens to engulf them, the father instinctively runs away, leaving his wife and children behind. This split-second decision has far-reaching consequences as the family dynamic unravels in the aftermath. The Towering Inferno, 1974. The Towering Inferno is the quintessential 1970s disaster epic, a star-studded spectacle that set the template for the genre. When a massive fire breaks out in a San Francisco skyscraper during the building's opening party, it's up to architect Doug Roberts, played by Paul Newman, and Fire Chief Michael O'Halloran, played by Steve McQueen, to save the trapped partygoers. Director John Gillerman stages the action with bravura skill, from the nerve-shredding elevator rescue to the climactic explosions. The Birds, 1963. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds is a masterpiece of slow-burn horror, a film that turns nature itself into the ultimate villain. When a seaside town is suddenly besieged by vicious bird attacks, the residents must fight for survival against an enemy they cannot understand or reason with. Tippi Hedren delivers a star-making performance as Melanie Daniels, a socialite who becomes the target of the avian onslaught. Hitchcock builds the tension slowly, with eerie shots of gathering flocks and sudden, shocking bursts of violence. The bird attack sequences are still terrifying today, a testament to Hitchcock's mastery of the craft. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos.